Good morning. Welcome to Outlook Houston. I'm your host, Yolanda Green. Biking all the way from Texas to Canada, local businessman Raleigh Jenkins is taking on the challenge and helping in the fight against kidney disease. Raleigh Jenkins of ABC Pest Pool and Lawn is often seen over Houston's airways promoting his successful business. Now, the local businessman is working to draw attention to an even more important cause, the fight against kidney disease. Also joining us is Nicole Sonnier of the National Kidney Foundation. Welcome to Outlook Houston.
Good to see you.
You and I were talking right before we got started. One of the things that it fascinates me because you plan to ride from Texas to Canada on a bike. How'd you even come up with that?
You know, my brothers and I, so I've got an older brother 2 years older and a younger brother 2 years younger. We're riding from Austin to Calgary, Canada, so 2,300 miles. And you know, funny thing is, we're not bikers. We're not guys who go out and ride bikes. I've never, when I bought this bike, it's the first time for me to really get any miles in. And I'm riding next to people trying to figure out, okay, when do you shift gears and how does this work? And you know, I'm not sure. Have never dealt with hills or mountains. I mean, we get to go over an overpass every once in a while, but otherwise, I'm learning as we go on this. And you know, we really looked at something that we wanted to do that was a challenge, something that we could put towards a charity that we felt very compassionate about, and so happens with the National Kidney Foundation. It's a very near and dear foundation to us.
Yeah, when you talk about it being near and dear, there is a story that's there that your family holds close to your heart. Tell us a little bit about what happened.
I guess about 15 years ago, my dad went on dialysis, and it became a need that my brothers and I, all three of us, stood up and said, "Hey, we want to donate one of our kidneys to you." And we all went through all the battery of tests to see who would be chosen, and naturally, the best son won. And so I donated my kidney 12 years ago to my dad, and it was a privilege to do so. I always said it was my way to give back to him for what I did in high school back then. But honestly, I would do it again, you know, over and over. I've got my brothers to fall back on if I ever need theirs. So
talking about family love. So it really is wonderful that you've chosen this charity. Nicole, there are a number of people that I know or have grown up with, and they are on dialysis right now. For the person who does not know, what's life like for someone who is on dialysis?
A dialysis patient, their life is extremely regimented. You basically have to be connected to an artificial kidney machine, which is what dialysis is. You're connected to that machine anywhere from 3 to 4 hours a day, 3 to 4 days a week. So for patients, if they're not at that dialysis unit connected to that machine, basically their life is over. That's what's keeping them alive. So they are unable usually to hold down a regular job, because if you're away from work that much, how can you keep your job? They're away from their families. So it takes a toll not only on the patient themselves, but also on the family member.
How does your organization help those who are fighting the disease?
Sure. One of the main things that we do is we have support group meetings to help patients and their family members. We also have a financial assistance program, because we realize that once a patient is on dialysis and they usually lose their job, they go on disability, and those disability payments usually just barely cover their basic expenses. So we help them oftentimes with financial assistance. We help them with nutritional counseling and nutritional support. We help them with education, because a lot of times people don't realize that kidney disease is a terminal illness, and so just the whole mentality of how do I now cope with that. So we provide education, and we also do a lot in the way of organ donation, and that's one thing that we know that Raleigh is very interested in, is the whole promoting organ donation, and we do that as well.
And you're talking about a way to bring attention to a disease and to an organization. When you ride that far, people are going to take notice.
We're going to do all we can to raise the awareness for the Kidney Foundation, and the fact that those who donate kidneys, you can still live a great life. You can go ride a bike to Canada, 2,300 miles if you wish. So it doesn't change your life when you go help somebody like that.
How long do you think? Well, first of all, when are you leaving?
Well, we leave on May 24th, and it'll take us about 38 days. Of course, we're going to stop in Colorado Springs and stay at the Broadmoor for about 3 nights. But other than that, we're going to stay focused on the bike ride the whole way there.
You know, you say only 38 days. To me, it seems like it would take so much longer to get that distance, but you are on a bike, which means you're going to get some speed.
Day in and day out.
And in Raleigh, I just want to make sure I heard you right. You say you really haven't been on a bike much since college, and
No.
you're doing this, you and your brothers.
We are, you know, all learning from each other. We're riding with people who are big riders that understand, you know, the gear shifting and when to shift gears. And, you know, haven't been in the mountains yet, haven't been in the hill country even to try to work on it. I'm going to go do it this weekend to kind of work on those techniques, but we're excited.
And before we go, I got to make sure we include Mom, because your mom is a part of this whole effort as well.
She's thrilled to death. She gets to have her 3 boys for 38 days. It's just the 4 of us for a nice little journey.
How can Houstonians help you?
You know, we've got our website, and we really would love it if you could go to the website, which is
we're going to have a link from our website to yours.
Okay,
so you
that's
don't have to worry
perfect.
about that part.
And come in and make the donation. And the other is, you know, when you know somebody who has a kidney need, and those of you who can make a donation of their kidney, you know, there's a time to step in and get tested and see if you can be a good fit.
Yeah, make the right choice. Thank you very much for stopping by. And to
you.
all of you, you can learn more about Raleigh Jenkins' efforts to help the National Kidney Foundation by visiting the community page of our website, and that's 39online.com.